Hey guys, you crazy miscast miscreants, you. Welcome to our news episode where we discuss everything that is old news to the industry but new news to you.
News.
Oh gosh, let's not go back down that road, please.
Here's Johnny. I know the snow may come in the morning. Get to the chopper! Send it home to my airplane!
I'm gonna make him an offer again. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Wait, I can't get over this mic though. I mean, I know it's a new episode, but I'm still.
It's hot and sexy, and mine is silver.
Yeah, yours is. I don't know. You got the Caucasian mic. I got the dark chocolate mic.
This is beyond Caucasian. This is Silver Surfer's mic.
Oh, Silver Surfer. He
Yeah.
does have that shiny gleam, though.
Yeah, easy, and it's easier to clean off too at the end of the day because it's stainless steel.
That's disgusting. How do we know? I think it's aluminum.
Oh, that's kind of ghetto.
What
What
do
do
you
get
think
rusty?
What do you think that Galactus made the Silver Surfer out of?
Rusty trombone. Some would say
Rusty Galactus trombone that happens to be silver.
it's
When Galactus rusts, he turns silver.
that's rough.
So, guys, I know you're wondering right now, where's Greg?
Where's Greg?
Where's Greg?
Actually, that's good. Where is Greg?
Greg is taking some personal time, and he will be back soon. But until then, we will keep you guys up to date with the news because even though he's not here, he's still feeding it to us.
He's feeding it to us big time.
Yeah, big time.
You
Like
should see
10 links a freaking minute.
the goddamn nonstop text that we get from Greg with every link to every goddamn.
Every goddamn
It's a full-time job dealing with these goddamn texts. So I can't wait for Greg to come back.
Yeah, no, for real. I think that maybe when he does come back that it'll be a lot easier with the news.
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 Yes.
I just wanted to say news.
Yeah, it's fun to say news. And on these new microphones, like news.
I know, and it's going to sound so newsy.
News.
All right, let's get right into it. So, as I scroll back up to the movie news, the first thing I have here is Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are getting back together to make a movie based on the McDonald's Monopoly scandal.
Yes.
I don't think I ever even heard of this scandal.
Does anybody care about the scandal? Is it wrecking lives?
Apparently, the Daily Beast released a report not that long ago about how the FBI operation was to uncover an underground criminal ring run by this guy named Uncle Jerry. Sounds like a stupid ringleader name.
Uncle Jerry.
Uncle Jerry.
Kicks the door. Where the fuck's Uncle Jerry?
Uncle Ben and Jerry. Give me my goddamn ice cream. Yeah, he's like an ex-cop that worked as a security officer, apparently, and at a firm that printed the Monopoly money shit, the game things.
Right.
And apparently he got together with a bunch of guys and they started scamming it by he was like passing them the boardwalk stickers or whatever.
I got the boardwalk. Go over here to this McDonald's, give them the fucking boardwalk.
Yeah.
And,
Over several years, $23 million they snaked out of that.
That is crazy. These sons of bitches.
Dude, since the 80s, since I was a little kid, I have been trying extremely hard to get that damn boardwalk.
Well, I think right there, that's the biggest crime, the breaking of little hearts.
Yeah,
you know?
my little heart.
Your little heart.
Your little heart, too?
Well, I was really never into that stuff. I think I don't eat fast food. It's not something.
Not even back then? Not even when you were a little kid?
I did a little bit, but I wasn't crazy about it, you know? Like, for me, my vice is this right here, guys, beer.
Please ignore the labels. All right, guys. So we were talking about Matt Damon and this freaking McDonald's stuff. And it's kind of cool because I guess these guys are getting back together after, like, since Good Will Hunting, I think.
That'd be
right?
awesome.
I mean, I don't know if I've done anything before that, but... yeah, and they've just signed up on this, according to IGN in a tweet that came out recently, that they're going to sign on to this commitment to only have like a really diverse and, LGBTQ, people of color, women. Their staff is going to be completely diverse from now on. I guess they're focusing on that. Affleck's going to direct and Damon's going to star, so we can look out for that.
That's good. I mean, these guys, they've proven themselves to be great writers. So even if it's a story about McDonald's Monopoly game, I'm sure it's going to be interesting.
I think it'll be cool.
I think it'll be cool too. I'd watch it.
If they're working together, I can't see how it could be like a train wreck.
Sure.
I mean, they probably have been working on this for a few years or something.
Yeah.
So All right. So the one that you wanted to talk about
Yeah.
the most was JGL.
JGL. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
He's not doing anything. He has nothing to do with this next story.
No, but he should, is your point, right?
But so they're doing another Die Hard movie. This one's called Die Hard
Year one.
Year One. So what's going to happen is, I guess they're realizing that Bruce Willis is old as hell.
Really old.
So the story is going to be pretty much Bruce Willis talking about what life was like when he was younger as a cop in the 70s. We're going to get to see his wife, Holly, and maybe how they met.
Yeah.
The actress is going to come back.
Yep.
Last time we saw her was in part 2, where she had a very minor role.
Was it part 2?
Yeah.
She was missing from 3.
Yeah, she was missing from 3, but she was definitely in part 2. And I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this film because, okay, there's a lot of times people can make a movie as a standalone film. So if somebody has a great script, they can just say, okay, look, this is this action movie that's going to come out. Or they can say, oh, look, I got the script. This is an action movie. But we're going to incorporate it into this other known universe. In this case, it being Die Hard.
Right, which is a little bit too big, in my opinion, at this point.
It's too big, and it's kind of taken like a huge downturn over the years. Part 1, amazing. Part 2, pretty good.
I think all 3. I'm going to go
Right.
with all 3.
The first 3 were pretty
Yeah.
good. But then something happened after that it just became like a giant piece of doo-doo.
So that's the great part about this, because the giant piece of doo-doo director, Len Wiseman, is the guy heading this new project.
Right.
So if you want to talk doo-doo, I'm pretty sure this is doo-doo.
You think it'll be doo-doo?
It supposedly is going to, like, Bruce Willis is apparently casting his younger self, and it's not going to be Joseph Gordon-Levitt from...
I thought that would be a funny thing because he did great in the movie Looper.
I really enjoyed Looper. I thought it was an amazing film.
You know, so I think to like have Joseph Gordon-Levitt to come back again as another Bruce Willis, that would be like another sort of loop, you know, in the whole chain.
It would be like what the twist?
Yeah. You know, he comes back with that face, you know, that he had that.
Yeah, he had that weird
Joseph
makeup
Gordon-Levitt's idea of being Bruce Willis just kind of like making like a fish face, like.
Yeah, and the weird eyebrow makeup they put
Yeah.
on him, and so he had that weird forehead, and then it was crazy. But I would think I would actually like it a lot more if it was him playing young Bruce Willis.
Yeah. So I don't know who they could pick. They would have to introduce a level of baldness into it. You can't have somebody with like, you know, like beautiful like locks of hair, you know, and all of a sudden like what the hell happened? Like at what point did you just lose your hair?
Are you bald shaming?
Well, it's got to be somebody that's like slightly balding, so you sort of like believe it, because then at what point then you need to make another movie that's just dedicated to how
he
John
lost his
McClane lost all his hair, you know, maybe like in some sort of weird fire or chemical accident, or
He was dropped in a vat of chemicals.
maybe he was filming a Pepsi commercial a la Michael Jackson or something, where it just kind of like all burns off. But I mean, it's got to be like a young, good-looking, athletic, balding actor.
Why athletic? I don't think Bruce Willis is all that athletic.
No.
No.
In the 70s, you know, like he's fighting crime and smoking cigarettes.
The earliest I can see Bruce Willis is in Moonlighting
Yeah.
with Sybil Shepherd.
He was already bald.
Mid-'80s, and I don't remember seeing... He was just a guy. Like, he wasn't like a action hero. I mean, even in Die Hard, I didn't really see him as like the Arnold.
Is there a picture out there on the internet with Bruce Willis with hair? Like a full set of hair?
I don't think so. Not that I... Oh,
Let's
yeah,
find
maybe
it.
in the beginning. We'll play it right now.
We'll play right now. If we can find it, insert clip here.
Clip inserted. So that was an amazing clip.
Wow, he had so
actually
much hair.
did. Yeah, I know. It was crazy.
That was fascinating.
It was insane.
It was so bushy and healthy. I'm a believer now.
I don't see Len Wiseman. Although Len Wiseman did amazing with the first 2 Underworld movies. He did amazing like with Kate Beckinsale when he was married to her, and then they got divorced. And ever since then, I think his career went to crap. Without Beckinsale,
Your kind of life goes to crap once you get divorced from the Beckinsale.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like he Live Free or Die Hard was a terrible movie. I'm sorry, it just
Brutal.
was. I think when Bruce lost his hair in the movies, that's when the movies went to shit. Because even in Vengeance, was it Vengeance, the third one? He had a little bit of fuzz on the top there.
I don't think that counts.
But when it went completely shaven,
Yeah.
it went completely shit. So
No fuzz.
No fuzz.
No fuzz. Yeah, the fuzz was like what kept him going.
Yeah.
It was like Hercules. Is that what it was?
No, Samson.
Samson. There you go.
Samson Delilah cut his hair off. I'm down and not down. Actually, I'm just not down. I'm not down at all for that. I don't see that as being a good movie.
I'm optimistic. I would love to like root for a John McClane again, if possible. But if not, screw it. Maybe that's the end of that era.
Sometimes it's like we talked the last time. Sometimes you can't revive things with seniors. And I'm not saying anything bad about seniors. I'm just saying that what you loved about those movies was what they could do at a certain age, and it just doesn't translate. And I haven't seen that happen. I mean, they tried it with Terminator. They tried it with Indiana Jones. They tried it with Die Hard. I can't see it working. Like it's not translating.
Well, there's a certain amount of luggage that you take with you that sort of disrupts the what's that term when you sort of like abandon all thought and you just give yourself to the movie? That sort of what's that phrase?
I don't know. Abandon all thought.
Yeah, there's this phrase.
Is it a Doc Brown thing?
No. There's a phrase where you like a suspension of disbelief.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, sure.
All right, so there's this luggage that you bring with you when you're watching these old actors that halters your suspension of disbelief. So when you're watching the latest Indiana Jones movie and you have Harrison Ford who's like in his 70s, immediately, even before you walk into the theater, you're going to wonder, well, how are they going to handle these action sequences? And I think that same burden you're going to feel with any Terminator movie that still has Arnold Schwarzenegger or any Die Hard movie that has Bruce Willis in it.
Honestly, I didn't think the action sequence or what killed, because all of them did the action sequences just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a movie; they can stunt double the shit out of it. But I think it was just like their persona on camera just was too far away from what it was when you fell in love with that character, and then the stories never live up to what they should probably do. Right. I have not seen it yet anyway. So that's what I think. I think you can't pick the same guy that did Live Free or Die Hard and then think that it's going to be a good movie. That's my opinion.
I think in order to use an older actor, they need to begin as the older actors.
Right.
Like,
now that, because
like
then
Gandalf.
Yes.
Gandalf was old, and he was like, boom, you shall not pass. It was badass. He used his magic, not his physicality, to solve
he was pretty
problems.
Physical in that.
Oh, yeah. Yes, there were scenes where he was like sword fighting. You're right. And Dumbledore also. Dumbledore's another character.
So it's not about the age. It's just about,
it's not about the age.
It's like translating young to old is something weird about that.
There's a transition where you grew up with loving this young version, and all of a sudden, I'm going to tell you something just in my personal life. This is probably unrelated, but I don't go to watch bands that are old now. I'm a huge fan of Slayer. I love Slayer.
Yeah, me too.
And I love the Misfits.
Me too.
But I do not want to see them live now because they're so old that it would change my perception of what I originally loved about them. Not that their shows suck, because I know Slayer, Metallica, they're still rocking it. I mean, even the Rolling Stones, they play amazing. Okay, so nothing against these bands.
The Stones.
But for me personally, I like to remember. There's a certain memory that I have about characters and musicians that I love that I want to retain that.
Especially when you grew up with it.
Yes.
Like, I think that's probably one of the reasons why that things get toxic in the fan base, is because a lot of people grew up with a certain aspect of things,
right? And
they're changing them and giving it to a new generation, and people are rebelling against that.
Yeah.
And it happens with music too.
Just like a lot of the younger kids, that the first Star Wars movie that they saw were the actual prequels.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So they love the prequels.
Right.
They love them because that's
Right.
what they grew up with.
Right.
But for people like us, we're like, Jesus, I mean, these movies
Right.
are garbage. you
And
know?
Jar Jar Binks to them is like a hero because
yeah, Jar Jar Binks is like the Ewoks.
because
to
they
them.
it made sense to their mind at
Yeah.
at a young age for sure. All right, so I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be that 1% chance that it's a good movie.
You
So
never
we'll give
know.
it that. I'll give it one porcupine just for that.
I'll give it 2% chance of hope.
Yeah. All right.
Hopes and prayers.
All right. Well, that's 1% more than I gave it. So. All right. So leads me right on to Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, the last season is coming out next year. This is the first year in this madness of Game of Thrones, which I'm already fiending for, that we haven't had our summer or spring venture into that world, right? So if you want to live in the Game of Thrones world, you want an actual piece of it, they are selling condos out of a castle that was in Game of Thrones. It's in the scene where Rickard Karstark got beheaded after he killed those two kids by Robb Stark.
Okay. Classic Rickard.
Classic Rickard. So he gets his head chopped off. He curses Robb and he says, "You're not my king." That scene. So for $850,000,
Okay.
just no skin off anybody's back, you can actually have a 3,500 square foot piece of this castle that sits on 850 acres of forest land in Northern Ireland.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
Sign me
Vaulted
up.
ceilings and everything. You could have a cupola. You could have
Okay.
you could have a tower. You could have a
Nice.
balcony. It's a real castle.
Minibar? Access to the minibar?
I'm sure like
There's a
I don't know.
minibar I'm in. If not, then I'm
There's-
going to have a hard time with that.
15 bedrooms. So I imagine, well, we're talking condos, so I don't think you need a mini bar. I guess you have a wet bar because it would be your joint.
Okay.
Because I don't think anybody, well, maybe for $850,000, the HOA will actually replenish your mini bar. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Any thoughts? Besides the mini bar.
That's like, what are those guys that live in the desert that they make all their money from oil? The Arabs?
The sheiks.
The sheiks? That's
Yeah.
like chic shit right there.
The chic shit.
That's kind of chic shit.
Northern Ireland IRA chic
Yeah,
shit.
that's a bunch of sheiks going out there and
Except they're
spending their
Catholics.
Lamborghini money over there. That's crazy. I don't think any I know a lot of Game of Thrones fans, and they're all like hardworking people who, at the end of the day, just want to like go home and watch somebody get beheaded and have sex, sometimes in the same scene. And these guys, I don't think they'd be down to spend that kind of money to chill out in the.
They
condo
couldn't
with
handle
no minibar.
$850,000.
That's kind of brutal. And I think if they could, they'd probably end up just buying a home or, paying their school loans or something
Child
responsible
support.
like that.
Well,
So I
not even
say
for
no.
vaulted ceilings. I mean,
No to that.
you can even get vaulted ceilings with brick walls
Yeah.
in what used to be the dungeon.
No, with that money, I can make a dungeon. Literally, like with $3,000, I could go to Home Depot and build a pretty badass dungeon. So yeah, no, I wouldn't want to do that. No, count me out.
All right.
No.
Well,
Game of
if you guys
Thrones.
would like to do it, why don't you give us a comment in the section below? Wait, where's the comment section?
It's
Is
down there.
Ah.
No, a little lower, right there.
Yeah. Okay. So yes,
Yes.
I really enjoy it when people comment and subscribe and rub my big thumb.
It's pretty cool. I just took a shower. I put on a new shirt and everything, and now I need another shower.
Shout out to Crimson Trace because why not? We have green beams.
Green beams.
Green beams because
I guess I have green beams too.
green is easier to see when you're using a scope
Yes.
because when you get old, you can't see red that well. So
Yes.
the younger generation can use red and the older generation can use green beams.
But if you have an amazing beer that you want us to drink while we're doing our shows, feel free to contact
Yes.
us and we will drink your delicious beer. And even if it's yucky, we'll say it's delicious while we're drinking it, as long as you give us some money to help promote this show.
Yeah, and look out for that Patreon
That's
later
kinda where
on.
we're at right
we'll,
now.
we'll say some more about it at the end. And I just remember we forgot in the last episode to mention that because it does have a good place in a lot of people's hearts because a lot of our money is going to go to cancer research.
Yes.
So
Not cancer awareness, because we all are aware that cancer is a
I don't
thing.
understand that. Explain that. What does that mean? What I don't know. I didn't
Well,
understand what Greg
you
said.
have the Susan B. Coleman thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's her name. She has like those pink ribbon things that,
Right.
that go crazy. They're like in every product. She really doesn't give money to cancer research. She gives money to cancer awareness. That's what her thing is. So she's gotten a lot of criticism over the years because it's like, yo, okay, well, we know cancer's a thing now. Well, how about we spend some of this money in trying to like fix cancer? But
Right.
I think her mentality is, well, I just want people to know that cancer's there, and any money that's left over, I'm just going to put it in my pocket.
Oh, that's terrible.
Again, I haven't really done the research. That's just kind of what I heard. So there's probably no truth to that. But what we want to do is
We want to donate to people that are actually trying to cure.
we
cancer,
want to
so-
spend 100% of the money into
No, not 100%.
not 100%.
100% of the portion.
100% of the portions. Yeah, let's
Look,
get that
come
right.
on. We got to pay for this crap.
William, you edited this stuff out, but yes, the money will go to cancer research
Okay.
in order to fight cancer.
Yeah, look out for that. It'll be coming up soon. I haven't
Yes.
set it up yet, but I will. Once we get some kind of audience. I mean, we have like 7 subscribers, so that's cool. And the Mission
We love our
Impossible
7
thing-
subscribers.
Yes, we do. We enjoy our 7 subscribers, even though 2 of them are us. So there's really only 5 subscribers. If I
But
can do
you
my
know who
math
you are,
correctly.
and we love you. Thank
love
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you, Mo Bravo. We see you out there in TV land.
Yes, we do. Yes. Well, all right. So, guys, we'll see you next time. And until then, what's a good closeout we could do?
Like us, subscribe, go down to the comments, write any comments, anything that you're thinking right now. Don't waste your thoughts. Don't let them be forgotten. Just whatever you're thinking, just type it right down there and the comments. And subscribe us, because the more subscriptions we get, the more that we tell YouTube, hey, these guys, they're not just screwing around. They spend some money on the lights and on the pop figures and on all the other, like the couch and stuff.
And Deadpool eats a lot of damn food. Eggs.
We're not making any money off of this. We just want to just keep producing more content. Hopefully, if it's entertaining to you, if you like it, subscribe so we can keep doing it.
Yeah, we shoot this shit anyway. You might as well watch us shoot this shit, right?
You might as well be part of something interesting, because we've seen some of the other shows,
Yes.
and I don't want to say anything disparaging about those guys.
You got a mic, you got a camera. Then,
You got a mic, you deserve it. And also, if you are interested in doing your own type of show like this,
Yes, we will be putting out a video, and I'll explain to all you guys how I set this entire thing up.
Yeah.
So that you can do it yourself.
you can do this too. We can all do this together.
Yeah.
We
We can miscast ourselves in the YouTube community.
Yes, absolutely,
Yes. All
absolutely. Let's share our knowledge with you. And you. And you. I see you right there.
And you is looking at me with your pants down. Yummy. Peace.
Pee-pee. Pee-pee is stored in the balls. Pee-pee is stored in the balls.
Is it though?
Pee-pee is stored in the balls.